I can talk about it. Okay, chat. Listen, I'm gonna make a beginner's guide because there's a lot of new players out there that need to understand how ball works. People don't know how the grapple works. People don't know how the slam works. So that sucks. By the way, there's 2 Overwatch default skins, in case you don't know. There's Overwatch 1 default, which is this one, and Overwatch 2 default. A quick tip, my movement feels better on this skin only. My movement just feels better on this skin. I don't know what. Why? Like other skins, they feel a little bit clumpy. So I'm gonna do a tutorial on this. So you wanna main Junker Queen. I mean, you wanna main a Wrecking Ball, right? I can tell it was a good choice. Maining Wrecking Ball. Chat, why do you guys main Wrecking Ball if you do main him? Because it's fun, right? He's just so mobile, so unique. Very complex. Very complex. But I also believe he's quite strong because I think he's balanced in a way because I think he's strong because he has a lot of things. He's very complex, but at the same time, he's very hard to play. Who mains ball? What do you mean? He's also very hard to play. But yeah, he's very unique. I think Blizzard did a great work designing this character. We can go from the abilities one by one, and then we can talk about his playstyle, and hopefully when the guide is over, you know what you're doing with the character. In case you don't know, I reached top 10 almost. Wrecking Ball in Overwatch 1. My peak is almost 4.6. So I can say a couple of things about it. Many people don't know this, but if you press F1, you can actually see his abilities. So you can go one by one. And you can see weapons and ultimate. We can talk about from right to left. His passive, which is every tank has, he receives less boops, which is nice. In Overwatch 2, there is less CC, so it's not like it doesn't matter. Because some people have some CC, like Orisa, Og. It helps. It helps. But it's a passive, so it's like you don't need to think about it, you know? You also give less ulti charge, which is nice. Abilities. Let's start with the grapple. It says launch a grappling plot, rapidly swing around the area. It enables high speed collisions to damage and knock back enemies. So grapple is pretty much like the base of Wrecking Ball, right? I think it's also very hard to understand how grapple works because the physics of it, you need to think about how the physics works, right? So basically, you have a grapple, you can troll people. This is the best thing you can do with the grapple. You can try to do this. When you see another Wrecking Ball, you do this to the other Wrecking Ball, and he's gonna do the same. There's just something about ball against ball that you just connect with them. Do this, and you're gonna laugh your brains off. But yeah, grapple. You cannot do damage to enemies. That doesn't work like that. It goes on cooldown. If you detach it, of course, it has a 5-second cooldown. It's interesting because the grapple, before, they nerfed it. You know, you used to grapple and you used to stay always like that. But now, after 6 seconds, it ends automatically. So that was the nerf that he has. So it's good to have that in count, okay? Also, when you come out of spawn, it's on cooldown. It wasn't, but they nerfed Ball. As you can see, it comes on cooldown. Because Ball used to be very strong, you could get to the point really fast because of it. It has a very good range, surprisingly. Look how long is the range. It's crazy. It's a very good range. So if you want to get out of spawn, this is my recommendation. Get the grapple as far as you can, so you can get as further as you can. By the way, if you jump while in Fireball, you go further away. Many people don't know that, but if you jump, you go further away. I don't do that often. I should do that more. Also, with grapple, you can get the Fireball, which is kind of another ability, a passive from the grapple. Usually, when he's in ball form, he's faster. But if you grapple, a quick Fireball, you grapple and you move forwards. See, you can get Fireball really quick, and you can redirect your character anywhere you want to go. You can go there, you can go there, you can do the epic swing. If you grapple on an object, you see how important it is to understand the physics. If you grapple on the objects there, you can just swing around. You gotta redirect. You can either redirect with the camera, like you can press W and just redirect with your camera, but I find it better to control the character if you redirect with your left keyboard keys. AWST, right? So if you go this, if you're on PC, of course. But you can also redirect with the camera. You can do it with both. That's up to you. My recommendation, like, for you to get used to it, just go on a custom and get used to it. Once you get used to it, you can get pretty much anywhere in the map, which is pretty nice. As you know, if you grapple high ground, you can get I, which is pretty pog. You can grapple anywhere where you can grapple. Sometimes you can grapple some stairs for a quick fireball. That's really good for like 1v1 tracers, for example. So you get a quick 1v1. Usually you don't want to like go and try to slam a tracer because she blinked away. But if you booped her and then use your melee weapon, there you go. That's pretty nice. What else with the grapple? You want to use it coming out of spawn, which is nice. You can use it to get away out of situations, sticky situations. You can grapple on ceilings, which is pretty nice. You can get super high. Look at this. Which other character you can do this? Look at this shit. Now the thing is, the grapple will end, so you need to be careful. So that you can use that to do big rollouts out of spawn and get to the point faster. That's one thing. You can also do the rebound tech, which you do this and you speed that backwards. There's a lot of techs. There's a lot of videos talk about techs. What else about the grapple? Yeah, I think that's the basics of it. What else, chat? There is to know about the grapple. You can get high ground, we talk about it. You can grapple on the floor in some places. But usually I like to grapple like around here. If I want to get somewhere, I always grapple like... I don't try to grapple high ground. I've heard people that they have troubling, like beginners have troubling on getting high with Demon. It's simple. You just look up. You look up and you move forward and you will get up. See? Yeah, you cannot grapple enemies. You can only grapple surface, okay? You can grapple like May walls. You can grapple the May pillar when she shifts. You can grapple surface most of the time. So that's what you want to know. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. It allows you to get fireball, which is the most important thing. Let's move to the next one. Roll. Oh, basically when you press shift, you transform. And you have two transforms. You have the Ammon transform, as you can see. The little character comes out of the ball, which is pretty nice. But if you press shift again, it goes into ball form, and you move a little bit faster, which is nice to roll around. And again, you can only use your if you use your grapple while here, automatically goes to ball form. That's good to know because you don't need to like press the shift and then grapple. You know, you can grapple and it goes automatically to ball form, which is nice. And it's in ball form that you grapple to get a fireball. The fireball do damage to enemies. It's 50 damage. You can go through multiple enemies, which is pretty nice, and you knock them back, which is really good to boop people off the map. For example, if I boop those guys all the way, you can do it. I killed them, but you would have got booped off the map, as you can see. Yeah, the roll is really nice to get a lot of Uchi charge. What else is more for? Also, people don't know this, but you reload in ball form, okay? If you go into ball form, as you can see bottom right, you're gonna reload. So you always want to go to ball form to reload, because if you're here, people can headshot you, right? You cannot get headshot if Ammon is inside the ball, but you can get headshot if he's out of the ball. So most of the time you wanna be in ball form. This is how you engage, and this is how you roll most of the time, okay? And I think that's it about the fireball. You can roll again. Remember to jump to go faster. You do make noise when you roll around, okay? You see, sometimes, for example, if you wanna go there without the enemy hearing you, you should move like this. Because if you go like this, you're pretty loud. Just to let you know, so you be aware. Also, when you go into the sky and you drop down as ball form, you make a big noise. But there is a way of you not making noise, and many people don't know this, is by pressing space. If you press space while you fall down at the right time, you're not gonna make noise. See, that first landing, it didn't make noise. You see, it didn't make noise when you landed, and that can be really good when you want to do a sneaky boop or so. So just have that in count. You can do that. Reaper makes noise. Yeah, Reaper makes noise. And I think that's all about the fireball. Again, you cannot boot people. You see, you cannot boot people if you don't have fireball. So remember, the quickest way to get fireball is grapple. It's a fast grapple. See, you press W. Or you press S if you want to go backwards. For example, if I want to go left side, I need to press left side, right? And I get the fireball. With the grapple, I have to have the grapple and then let it go. Because if I keep the grapple on, right now I have the right click to toggle on, right? So it only goes off when I let it go. And I think that's the best option to have. You need to let go of the grapple to get the fireball, as you can see. And yeah, that's the thing about fireball. I don't think there is anything else. You're faster, as I said. Now, the Piledriver. The Piledriver, a lot of beginner players, they have a hard time to understand how it works. And the reason why is that, it's because you cannot just use the ability. As you can see bottom, if I press control, it doesn't let me. It's not available. And why is that? As you can see in the description, slam into ground below to damage and launch enemies upwards. Well, it doesn't explain in the description. But basically, you need to have certain height. The ball character, you can only use it on transform, right? In ball form. Well, you can use it while in the air. I mean, while in this form too. And automatically goes to ball form. But you can only use it, and this is very important, you can only use it when you have certain height. When you have certain height. So if you're at this height, you're not going to get the fireball. But if you're at this height, fireball no slam. You'll be able to slam, which is pretty nice. So if I fall off, for example, if I fall off, the height is going to be from all the way down there to here. So I'm able to slam. That's why you see Wrecking Ball players slam out of nothing, because they fall off. Although they're not going to fall because they slam into the high ground again. And why do they slam into the high ground? Well, the reason that is, it's because when you slam, you actually go slightly forwards. I'm going to show you here. You see, I go slightly in the direction that I'm looking at. So, for example, if I'm falling in this direction, I'll go off the map. I need to turn the camera all the way to inside so I go back in. See? Because if I keep looking to the outside, I go out of the map. You don't wanna do that, right, chat? You don't wanna go out of the map, as you can see. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Reaper makes noise. Yeah, Reaper makes a lot of noise. There is few characters that don't make noise. Only the characters that float, like Zenyatta and Sigma. So those characters don't make noise because they can float. They don't touch the ground, which is, I don't know, it's stupid, but okay. Any other character pretty much in the game makes noise. Yeah, the slam. You also do more damage if you slam in the middle of the character. Let me show you. If you slam right into it. Let me get high ground. See, now I have height enough and I can slam from this high ground. Oh fuck, I fucked up. You do 100 damage, right, chat? Hello, Smuggling. You do 100 damage? When, is it 100 damage? I actually don't know the numbers. How much damage you do, chat? Is it 100? If you full slam? I actually don't know. Well, let me just check. So this is Trace, has 150 HP. If you slam her in their face, yeah, you do 150 damage, which is a lot. But you gotta make sure you land on her face. If you don't, you do less damage. You do 100 damage. Is that 100 damage? No, that's 90 damage, I think. Did they nerf it? I think they nerfed it. But either way, the most important thing is you do less damage if you slam on the sides, but more damage if you hit them in the face with it. And they move forward. Another thing that most people don't know is they actually move. If they don't move, now they can move in the air. Before they couldn't. They nerfed that too. They actually move slightly towards you when you slam. So sometimes you see yourself booping people off the map. Well, that guy didn't get booped because I slammed right in the face. Sometimes you see you booping people off the map when you slam them close to a edge. You see, she moved a slightly forward towards you. He has a big range. It's like a sphere, right? Like the slam, it's like a sphere. I can even slam here, and she's gonna get slammed. Watch this. You see that? She's gonna move into me, and I booped her off the map. Why? Because the slam, it's a big AoE. That's good to understand. You don't need to actually... Because sometimes if you slam them in the face, you might die. So you want to like soft slam. It's what I call soft slam. You slam like in a way that you don't commit too much, but you still do the damage and you boop them into you. Thank you, Nicole, for the lord. Also, you can slam there, which is pretty nice. For example, you can slam high ground and you can slam everyone that is around it, which is another example of a soft slam. You see, you do a way less damage. The more people are further away from the center, the less damage you do. But you can still boop them up. So that's really strong. Just understand that you need height enough. For example, here I'm high enough. I'm gonna slam. I can slam, and then you can do text to be able to slam. Another way, it's a wall jump. How do you do the wall jump? You move into a wall. You let go of the W button and you press jump space at the right time. I'm fucking it up. There you go, see? As you can see on my control key, I'm gonna have, it will show up white. Right now it's red, right? Oh fuck, I suck. See, it showed up there. So if you press it, you slam it. That's a good thing to know. Also, for example, if you know you're gonna slam off that map, you can press control right from here, like right from here, and if you stay pressing control, even though you cannot slam right away, you'll be able to do it when you can. And that's good to know, because sometimes you don't know exactly the height. For example, if you want to slam all to the way there, if you press the key button, I failed, unlucky. Right before, you don't need to like press it. You don't need to press it here. You can be pressing it from here, and the ability will automatically activate when it's able to do it. So that's that. And I think that's everything about the slam. You can get high enough and then slam. That's like the easiest combo. Again, you move forwards when you slam. What else? Oh, you can also jump off characters to get high enough to slam. You see that? You jump off the hitbox of characters, which is pretty nice. There's also a cool tech I can show you. Like if you move backwards and you grapple there, you will be able to slam. Look. I failed. Fuck. You need enough speed. See? You got enough speed. If you move backwards and you grapple high ground, you can slam. Toronto kick? I don't know what is the Toronto kick. Oh, is this one? Is this called the Toronto kick? I didn't know that was called the Toronto kick. You need to move, you need to have the speed from it. There you go, you can get a good grapple. I don't use it that much. Chat, I'm gonna tell you something about techs, okay? Techs, the most important tech you need to know, it's this one. You can slam out of height. This is the one that you're gonna be using more. And that's it. Any other tech, like you can do the double boop, we can do like the Toronto kick. This one, you walk backwards with enough speed and you slam. What's happening? Yeah, I'm making a YouTube ball guide. I'm gonna tell you a secret about techs. The reason why I don't use that many techs, and I could use it, sometimes I use the wall jump, the double boop rarely, but I used it, the slam out of the high ground, what else? Sometimes I jump off body, the hitbox of characters, the soft slam, the rebound. I do use rebound quite often. But the reason why I don't use that many techs is if you focus too much on using the techs, you're gonna lose a lot of momentum, right? Because you're trying to use the tech. I wouldn't recommend to force techs, but to use them when you feel like you can do it, but without forcing them. And the reason why I think that is again, ball, it's all about momentum. It's about going in at the right time. If you try to force stacks, you're gonna fuck up your momentum, and without momentum, ball is nothing. You go in at the wrong time, you're gonna feed, most likely. Yeah, I covered the wall jump. Basically, you walk forwards and you jump at the right time, and you're able to slam right after. You get height enough for it. Adaptive shields. Adaptive shields. It's an interesting ability. As you can see on the screen, you see that blue thing. It has a wide range. It's like the range, it's like this. It activates, it shows up when you press E, you get shields. So as you can see, I have 700 HP, and it's 100 HP or overhealth, as they call in Overwatch, per people that are around you. As you can see, boom, I got 1,100, and you can get a maximum of 1,000. Wait, it's 200? Wait, is it 200? Wait a second. So you get 100 shields if you show no one. So if there is no one, as you can see, there is 0 people around you, you get 100. So you want to use this ability. You want to use this ability when people are around you. It's pretty basic, right? The more people, the better. You give 50% less ulti charge. They nerfed that because in Overwatch 1, you give 0 ulti charge, which is really strong. But it's very important to understand something about EZ chat. And this is where many ball players make big mistakes. Okay? EZ chat, EZ, it's like, you know, when you drive a car and the signs on the street is red. If it's red, you don't go in, or you don't keep going, right? You stop. But if it's green, you go in. So try to see that as the shields. If you have the cooldown up, you go in. You do stuff. If the cooldown is down, you don't go in. You play a little bit more passive. If you see a skill, or if you feel like it's not too risky, you can still do it. With experience it comes. But have this rule. Have this rule for you, okay? If you have the cooldown, you can go in. If you don't have it, don't go in. I can guarantee you, chat, if you put yourself that rule, you're gonna die a way less, and you're gonna carry a way more. And you're gonna get your ulti a way faster. Put that rule, and I can guarantee you your ball game play is gonna improve so much. Because you're gonna feed less, you're gonna die less. And just with those two, I can guarantee you can carry games a way more. That's very, very important to understand about ball. And I think that's it about EZ. I think that's it. That doesn't mean that sometimes you can't go win without him. It's up to you to see it, but have that rule to balance out your wrecking ball gameplay. No wall bounce where you roll into the wall with grapple and then fire back off the wall. Yeah, I showed the wall bounce with grapple. So that's the thing about shields. If you feel like they're not destroying your shields because they don't have enough damage, just keep rolling until they're destroyed. Once they're destroyed, you need to have like this sense, oh shit, I don't have shields anymore. It's like a Reinhardt, you know? When a Reinhardt has a shield and his shield is breaking, what does he do? He backs up. A bad Reinhardt will keep fighting and charge into the enemy team. With Wrecking Ball is the same. A good Demon, no shields, play a little bit more passive. You have shields, you can go more aggressive. So yeah, I think that's everything about the shields. It gives ulti charge. You can see it on screen how many people are around you, but usually you're not going to be looking at that. With time, you're just going to have the muscle memory. Yeah, I think that's it about these shields, right? It's temporary. It has a cooldown, by the way, so you can see it on screen. It's 10 seconds. So once it's over, they're gonna disappear. But 10 seconds, it's a good amount of time. Spam I need healing when you dive. Yeah, you can do that. You can use the pick system. Pick system is pretty pog. I will tell you the best Wrecking Ball comp to carry games after. Okay. I press F2, that's the adapted shields. The Quad Canyon, which is Wrecking Ball weapons. Believe it or not, it does good amount of damage. That's why I feel like Wrecking Ball mains, they do need aim. It's not like you're a tank, you don't need aim. You do need aim. They're more like a mid-range weapon. You want to look for the neck. If you look at the neck, you're gonna hit a lot of headshots. Don't look for the head. Look for the neck because they're gonna move, and you're gonna hit most of headshots. Again, it reloads when you transform back automatically, as you can see. You can also reload here, but it's a little bit slower, just slightly slower. You want to use it pretty much like the weapons. A lot of Wrecking Ball players, I see them initiate with the weapons. But you don't want to initiate, like, when you start, you don't want to engage after you're using your weapons. Imagine, okay, you're rolling out of spawn, you see an enemy, you don't want to shoot him before going in. Why? Because if you shoot them, they know where you are. And one of the most broken abilities of Wrecking Ball, it's the ability to use the 3rd person. That's another thing about Transformer that I don't talk about. You see, like, right now, I can see the enemy, but they cannot see me. And that's the most broken ability that Amther has. And this is where a lot of ball mains, they fail here. They shoot first, and then when you shoot someone, they're like, I'm here, you know where I am. So I know where you're coming from, I can use my abilities when you come to me, right? But if they don't know where you are, oh shit, they don't see you. This is very beneficial first. They don't see you, which is super strong. It's like Sombra, it's invisible. They don't know where you are, right? That's the first. Second, it allows you to know where the enemy is and check if they use abilities. Imagine, for example, you think, okay, I want to kill Mercy this game. But the Mercy, because you're using scouts, the Mercy just flew to the far. Okay, so I cannot kill Mercy. She's out of my reach. Okay, so I go for the Ana. Oh shit! Ana used nade? Wait, Ana no sleep. I go in. Let's go, easy. And then Ana suddenly dies. Ana dies because she has no cooldowns. And why do you know that? Because you were scouting. Before you go in, you need to scout. Without scouting, because imagine, I know that the enemy is there. He might be there, I have an idea, I just go in. But then they have a sleep, they have nades, they have cooldowns, and you just die. And then suddenly there is someone on the flank you didn't notice. Why? Because you didn't scout. So make sure you scout, chat. The 3rd person is really strong. I'm doing good, Barnava. I'm doing, I'm trying to make like a guide for beginners. So make sure you use scout, and do not use, for God's sakes, do not use your weapons before going in. You're gonna let them know. Although his weapons, they're pretty strong, and they can do quite damage, Ball is an ability user, okay? You wanna use your abilities, slam, and then use his main weapon, but only after. Because when you shoot, you know where they are. If you know where they are, they know where you are. If they know where you are, they can plan ahead on how to stop you. Like, for example, Ana. If I shoot Ana, you can try to debate the sleep against Ana, okay? You can try to debate it. But if you scout first and she uses sleep, you can go in, right? But if the Ana is a good Ana, and you shoot her, in her head, she's like, oh shit, the ball is here, he's about to come here. So I'm just gonna save my sleep. And when he slams, she just sleeps me. Because when you slam, you're a little bit vulnerable because people know where you're gonna end up, right? So make sure you use your weapons only, in most of the cases, only after you use your abilities, okay? They do quite damage. Like the simple combo to like duo with the Tracer is you boop her and then you shoot her mid-air or mid-boop, right? That's really strong. So I recommend you to practice a little bit his aim, okay, chat? It's very important that you practice his aim. Because you can finish up targets with it. They do quite good damage. They do have a lot of ammo, so use them correctly, practice that aim. You think me like the official Grim Reaper? Pog. I think that's everything about his weapon. You can shoot well in the air also, like for example, you want to slam these guys, you can shoot and then slam. I guess you can do a little bit extra damage, that's also cool. And yeah, I think that's it about his main weapon. Things I used to know. Minefields. When do you want to use minefield? Okay, you want to use minefield when the fight is starting. It's an initiative ulti. It has a very good wide range. For example, if you're in the floor, I recommend you to jump and then press Q. Because they're gonna be spreading more. They nerf minefield to the ground. But the minefield, they have a ping pong effect. When the enemy hits a minefield, they kind of jump, and sometimes they might jump to the other minefield. They stay a good amount of time in the floor, so it can be a very good zoning ability. But the basic combo you want to do with minefield is, once you have it, let me just get it real quick. Once you have minefields, the biggest combo you can do is you grapple. This is like the simplest combo, right? You grapple, you need to make sure that you're gonna slam an enemy. Why? Because it's harder for them to dodge the minefield when you slam them. I failed, unlucky. But if you slam them when you minefields, so you grapple, right click, Q in the air, and then slam. Practice that combo. That's like the basic combo for Wrecking Ball, okay? If you do that, you might be able to get a couple of kills. But you need to make sure you slam them. It's very situational. Sometimes you can't slam because of the tempo. But you're coming out of spawn, you have minefields, you check where the enemy is, you go high ground, you press Q, and then slam at the perfect height. And most likely you can get a kill. That's like the most basic combo of Wrecking Ball. What else about minefield? They stay a good while in the floor, so that's nice. So imagine you minefield someone there. You can go around and then boop them into the minefield, right? They never expect that. If you feel like you fail your minefield and the minefield it's a little bit off position, you can always go around and try to boop them into the minefield, and you can get a lot of kills with it. So don't be scared if you don't hit the minefield that well, because you can always boop them later, because it zones the enemy and then you can boop them into it and you can get a kill. Jeez. Okay, there's that. What else about the minefield, chat? And I think that's it. I think that's it that he's talking about his abilities. Now, his playstyle. I make a YouTube video that had a lot of success. You guys should check that out. Which basically I teach how to dominate with Wrecking Ball. Which is pretty much... You don't play Wrecking Ball as a spam... You don't spam abilities with him. Okay? Wrecking Ball is designed to be like a tracer, like an assassin, okay? You think Ball needs a smaller hitbox? No, I think it's okay. I think he's already hard to kill, Pharmacist. Give me the skin now, Moreweth. Give it. Watch me, bro, and you will get it. Okay, so... about his playstyle. So go and check that out, that video out. But basically 3 steps, chat. This is how you carry Wrecking Ball. This is how you play Wrecking Ball. Don't listen to anyone else. Trust me, I tried every single style. This is the way. How do you carry Wrecking Ball? You scout without them seeing you. The right time, you go in, you slam, you pew pew with your E, pew 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 pew, pew 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 pew. You can keep rolling if your HP is still up, if your shield is still up. But once the shield is down, you get the fuck out. You don't want to keep fighting unless you can. You feel like they don't have much damage, they can kill you. But this is the rule. You scout, you go in, you slam, or sometimes you don't have to use slam all the time, every time you go in. You pew pew, you try to kill one target. If that target it's hard to kill, he gets peeled, or you're losing a lot of HP, you go back out. You go back out, and once you're waiting for the cooldowns, you can reposition yourself, you can shoot people from distance. I repeat, the more success you have doing this, the more kills you're gonna get, the higher carry potential you have. And that's pretty much everything you need to learn. There is a lot of techs. You can watch YouTube guides about every single tech. I hope you have fun playing the character. Trust me, play Wrecking Ball like I told you so. And I can guarantee you're gonna be able to carry games with him and climb. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for the support to my YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe. Check my Twitch. I pretty much stream every day. So yeah, see you guys next time.